all Glocks, all stock pistols. No one has opted for either side to go against stock pistols. We have an explosion ready almost for that A site. It's going to be an interesting one. Oh, Skadoodle gets himself a very good opener. Spots the two players through connector, gets the call there for his teammates. And looks like they're going to slow things down a little bit. Play that retake game. Perhaps Stewie now just discovered in the shadow position. I'm trying to go for the plant here. Looks like everyone's just getting executed here. Taco last man standing, switches for that USP.
They went 5 armor, so there's no kit to pick up at all. They've got to get this kill.
This is going to be a hard one to get without allowing Taco 1v1. And he's going to walk into the peak. They're both players. That's beautiful stuff from Cloud9. They will get the defuse after all.
That was a really interesting play from Automatic to not peek into connector, trying to bait Taco into pushing out of jungle. I guess if he pushed into him, he felt like, all right, well, if he peeks, I don't really have that much of an advantage, but maybe if I can catch him, peek him, and then peek myself, I can. Skadoodle also made a very important rotate after getting his kill in window, rotating out of window, because once connector's been forfeited and you're in like a passive setup, your window guy is actually within the area that's like dangerous territory where the CTs can crunch you. So he falls back out of window, goes to CT, and allows Stewie to be the one to push in for B, making a lot of space for his team there.
And would you look at this, SK, despite the fact they have their coach playing, they're going for a full buy in this round, which usually you'll only see if a team has a very, very specific plan in mind. They've got the drop on Cold Zero for the AK-47, so Cold Zero actually has the strongest gun on the server at the moment. If we compare Cloud9's buy with the Scout, the FAMAS, the Bison on Stewie, the Wardell Special. It's being largely shut down here. Trying to collect that AK. Not going so well for SK. Oh, there we go. Dead's got it. Okay, Dead, show us.
Let's see it.
Show us your skills. You got Fallen's AK. Flash over the top for a teammate. I like that. Simultaneously trying to push the short position. Will he look right, though? Oh, Tarek will take him down. 2-0 for the Cloud9 side. They held up very well, all things considered.
Yeah, gave them a small chance there, but they held up and got the majority rebuys. They will recycle the Bison, potentially, knowing that SK showed their hand. Bought up on the second round after getting a plant, and now we'll try to get another plant. No flash at all being bought. Everyone A-ramp as well.
I know that you love this.
Hard pressed to see this work out. And that's why the nades always are pointed towards A-ramp, because everyone comes out of CT, right, and they move into the site, and they don't have an angle to nade palace, so all the pre-nades go to A-ramp.
And SK will start to flood the bomb site, but as you say, it's going to be difficult to actually find a plant. There is actually no player on short for Cloud9, so they actually have a plant that's facing short from triple. So that's amazing. That is really amazing. A plant, a frag. You can't really ask for anything more than that. I think they were very fortunate, to be honest, to even get that much.
Yeah, even in an ultra passive setup there, if they knew it was going to be A, they could have a player push off of cats that could have spotted that plant, or anyone in jungle, connector, stairs. It's really crazy that SK were able to get a plant off of that. I mean, this supplements all of the grenades that they buy here. We take away the money they spend on grenades. That's all the money they get from the plant, and then they have $0. So, I mean, at least they play it safe, they keep 5 alive. Those are all good things. Stewie, still with the buy zone, which is kind of nuts. Actually.
Yeah, that is ambitious, and he's even using the deagle for the peaks, which makes sense. But yeah, maybe he can upgrade that Bison. I mean, this is actually kind of cool because it gives him an excuse to be really aggressive. Because he's like, I got to get rid of this thing, man. I got to get rid of this. So he's looking for that push in Palace, but he is holding his position now. SK are sitting in middle. Cloud9 are aware of this. So really the question from this point, I was going to say, is how do SK? What is the next evolution of this mid control? But they get the pick there.
Yeah, and they do have the A-ramp player, but that is not going to be able to call this. So Stewie's flank is kind of on him. Oh.
Oh no.
Switches to the secondary.
Oh! He gets it. He gets a double with the Bison. When on earth do you see that he upgrades to the AWP? Stewie, you are quite the man. Manny man.
Oh, he avoids getting killed too.
Oh,
what a
that's
shot!
Such a sick flick from Stewie. Oh no, surely not. There's another player to be had, another 2 players to be had. They're all bearing down on Stewie's position. Another flick shot required as he escapes barely by the skin of his teeth. Looks for the next shot, will whiff that one. But he sure as hell has given his team a chance and a half to make this round another W.
Yeah, it was literally 3v5, and then he got those kills. And now they're actually at a health deficit. Skadoodle also has an op, misses the shot. Good grenade. Oh, piece for last man up. Might make it a 1v1 here. Skadoodle's gonna run for his life. They both know what's up right now, but
oh my god. Can he survive? Can he survive? Can he survive?
Oh my god!
You're 1 HP!
Cloud9 win.
It's so funny because like running was like the worst choice twice.
Yeah,
he actually had to fight, and he's lucky that cold of all players did not kill him somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. He clearly thought that he would be able to get away with from what we saw.
That's insane. Yeah, he misjudged that, but somehow he survives with 1 HP.
Oh man.
What a round. What a round. What an insane round. I love it. And now he's going to go and just add insult to injury if he can. He actually gets a tag on Taco. Nice old flick shot there.
Well done. Top mid control, giving up as per usual.
Oh my god, the Bison double. I don't know. I've never seen that. I've never seen a Bison do damage before.
Yeah.
I've never seen it do something useful before.
Get Right used to use it like in 2013 and stuff. And then it just became it was overshadowed by so many SMGs. There's better options for so many different reasons. That might be a good pickup.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty pointless. That weapon is just it's costs way too much for it to be even of worth as an anti-eco choice.
It's like all you have to know is it costs more than a UMP.
Yeah.
And it's like
yeah, by a lot, right?
Yeah.
So
Or like
I don't even know how much it costs, but I know it's way more than anything that.
I hope I got that right. I think it's like 1350 for the Bizone and 12 for the.
It's got to be more, I feel like it's more, like 1,500, more than that. It's funny, it's like one of the guns I just have no idea how much it costs. Like, why would I buy that? Why would anyone buy that?
It's so extremely weak.
To be fair, with Valve's philosophy, you do expect it to somehow like one day get like an insane buff. Like one day it's going to get a really big buff.
We want everybody to use everything all the time.
Yeah. It already has like, what, 64 bullets, so you know, how do you, like, do you make it actually... If they made it actually damaging.
This is the problem, right? Is like they make Frankenstein weapons trying to balance
Yeah, they do.
guns, right? Like CZ is duct taped together at this point, but it's also good enough to use. But it's got these weird fixes, like it's the long pull-out time that's so unorthodox.
And that was originally to punish it being the AWP's sort of primary friend.
Yeah.
Or secondary friend. The AWP's friend, whatever, I don't know. You understand what I mean? Fisherman's friend. We've got Cloud9 in connector here, waiting for Stewie. There we go. Got to be careful as well. Like sometimes we see more than the players do with like smokes and so on. So and vice versa. Stewie, like ships in the night.
You gotta think like fur to beat fur.
Oh,
yeah.
He knows. He's gonna leave him. Oh, I thought he was gonna leave him there. That was amazing.
Stalker prey.
Stewie's having the game. The game. Or will it be the game? It's a good start for the game. I know what the game means. I think it means a really good game.
Yeah.
He'll get shot down, but it was worth. It was worth. He killed 3 people in that position. He sort of just single-handedly like picked apart the round by just I'll pick off this guy, take down first, hit him in the smoke.
Yeah, it was like 3 different. They just wanted all they wanted was connector. They can't have that.
Stewie says no.
They don't even shot at him.
Cool, so the double ops continued here for Cloud9. It really does go back to that round where Stewie gets a double off the Bison because that round was really favorable, very favorable for SK to win. That should have been an SK victory, but because it was not, we're looking at a 6-0 right now.
We have the 3rd best op on the server. Holding down B.
It's a good opener. It's like this is all under control. SK have been pacified. There's only one rebellious Cold Zero left. That's a nice kill with the last bullets of the gun. To the next frag, almost gets it. But it feels like SK are running into a brick wall at the moment.
So Skadoodle's Skatheory, as Jordan called it, was that once you get to the 6, 7, or 8 round mark, you must lose a round. So that's I think that's.
But why? I mean, like that's
you know how little Skadoodle talks, okay? That's the end of the theory.
Okay, I was gonna say because I understand the argument, but the thing is that you can't really just. I mean, if you winning rounds is always the best. It's like so. I do understand though. Like you give your you could actually crunch the numbers and say if you lose a round and you're able to reset your opponent, then you have like a greater degree of likelihood to win the following rounds. Sure, but it's all speculative. That's the issue with it.
Yeah.
That's really the problem.
Baseless.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is too complex. Look at this, where Fallen is.
What the heck?
It's in the side, crept out of the apartments.
Oh, that could have been a huge kill. Top mid control, 3v3, and B site.
This is such a cool position. Oh no! Oh, I really wanted to see it play out with him making it through onto the apartments. Because Fallen can do so many cool things from his position if his teammate can actually get towards the site for a plant, because Fallen has so much forward information and positioning. Would have been really interesting, but we were denied. 8-0 is the score. Cloud9 doing great.
Doing fantastic. Which is kind of how you expected. We expected the first map to start as well. It was like 8-1 for SK on the first map. Cold down to just a deagle.
I kind of want to tweet Stewie and say, those 2 Bison kills, you are a pervert. Oh no, I want to tweet him that.
What is pervert? Pervert is has a sexual connotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 It does. Yeah. It does. But
I was
like
saying it as a statement, but I was kind of curious if you guys used it differently.
But it doesn't only just have that connotation, because you can say something is perverse, and it can kind of lean into that, but it can also just be that. I'm not very good at explaining this. I feel like you can use it without the sexual connotation for it, but also. Anyway, we'll get the thesaurus out later.
Like sick and twisted, potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. Anyway, once again, we can see SK are trying the same thing here. They're trying to go for that triple-pronged attack, but they can't seem to weather the defense through connector. That seems to be the sticking point for them every time. And this is another one of those rounds. And this time they did kill Stewie, who was the obstacle previously, but now it's Skadoodle who said, well, look, if you deal with Stewie, I am the man to ruin your day.
They just want connector control. They just want to get there before they start thinking about doing other stuff. But they're getting shut down in phase 2, which is take connector control.
Yep.
They get top mid, it's given to them. And they know that, but...
This used to be, I think, what Fnatic, like that original OG Fnatic lineup with Kramer's playing the stairs position, like what he was really good at. Well, they were really strong at that. Like they would sometimes do mid aggressions, but seldomly, not as often as you see these days. But they would just leave it to Krim to just hold that connector spot down, and they would just be able, he would just be able to just smash it every time. Always get the multi kills. That is a stunning shot.
Yeah, those are particularly hard.
And there it is. Cold opening the round up. Oh my god, that was absolutely gorgeous there from Cold, able to get the wallbang headshot. 1 bullet required, but Tarek finds him on the cross, spots the next player. The info is his. Through the smoke, he retreats to try to avoid getting caught there as he draws his gun. Going for a massive rotation, I guess through to pit perhaps, or actually no, he's going back. Going for the B-hops.
He's got to stretch them legs.
He has dropped Skadoodle's noodle. Now he's got the something taco gun. I don't know. The taco cannon. Here comes the taco cannon.
Oh.
Takada 2.0.
Oh my god.
Will he look behind him? Will he? Will he check? Will he check?
Oh.
He's convinced. He's actually completely convinced.
Cold's like, all right, we'll just blow up together.
Very nice round from Cold. SK, they can always count on Cold. We can always count on Cold. Everyone can count on Cold. He's the most consistent player in the game.
Or none.
He is. It's rare to see a human moment from him.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. He always seems like.
0 negative tournaments.
Yeah.
What is that? You know, like what is that? That's crazy. That was so sick. That was absolutely perverted.
There we go. Perverse. It's perverse. That's how James would say it. Gotta shout perverse.
Right. The cadence. You gotta say it like Rick Ross would say it.
Yeah.
Boisterously.
Okay, well it's time to take middle again, something SK have been after all the time. Stewie will get caught out early on, which is a very big deal. He's again been an issue in the past. But SK, they got their 5 players, or 4 players rather, set up around this position. That is covering any rotations or pushes rather from the CTs through A, but they're playing retake on A, and they've got presence towards mid here for a potential flash and peek. We'll have to see if that will. I don't think anyone's in position to flash in the mid, but Cloud9 starting to bleed in this round significantly. How do Cloud9 salvage this situation? It may well come down to Skadoodle, who's sitting in around the toll booth area.
Oh, that's some timing.
Or Rush rather, sorry. Oh man, what can Rush do here though? These multiple kills. Oh, that's up one.
He actually could see. I think he could see.
You think so?
Cold Zero. It maybe not. I don't know. I thought he could see him on the screen, but that plant, I don't think you can see that plant from CT perfectly.
No, no.
Yeah, so.
I think he was covered. Another good rounds here to follow up with from Cold and from his team. SK, as they pretty much do the same thing that they've been doing the entire game, actually. They just try to take mid control. They're offered up a pick. They pick up the pick, they get connector, and then they slowly move their way through onto an A hit.
It seems to be the most common way to take anything on Mirage at the top level is go for connect control, turn it into an A split of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all the different variations you can have with it. MSL's teams are always really, really good at setting up a round based off of the connector control, and MSL would often be the player that would, if there was only to be one player left there, it would be him, and which would be really cool for me because obviously, like I like the idea that he can call the shots from that position and time everything, and it's a very critical, very crucial role. Anyway, moving forward, Stewie back with a vengeance. This time he's picked up an AWP. Does he know about the player on connector? Fallen. Looking to chase him down. Finds the shot straight to the face there. Stewie is very dead.
That was incredible. But all of mid is compromised. Automatic in his favorite spot. Up in his treehouse.
Oh, he sees the barrel. This is perfect. And that's a free kill to Fallen.
Love this. I love that you can jump back in. That's like the coolest thing.
And now there are problems. Everything was sort of set up around Fallen. They were waiting to get an opportunity, but the proactive play there of Automatic has really pushed SK now into taking the initiative, but they simply don't have the numbers. It's once again Cold who has to go for the quad kill clutch to bring this round to a W as he moves forward into that B-bomb side, takes the 1v1, but he cannot sustain against Tarek's barrage of bullets. 10-2 for Cloud9.
I like the alliteration.
The barrage of bullets.
There's a few, actually.
Ah.
I think he did this consciously.
Yeah. At this point of commentary, that's how you make it fun. Puns, like really bad puns, and alliteration as well.
Yeah.
Is a good one, yeah.
The low-hanging poetic devices.
Yeah, and also sometimes lesser used but good. Anthropomorphizing things is also good. That's a good one too. Literary devices. Let's go.
Let's go. Molly's no good. This will be the last time we see SK buy for a couple of rounds if they lose here. And they're doing something very similar. They've actually been wide open to an A push of sorts for the last few rounds, but Cloud9 after that initial Stewie push haven't decided to do that ever again. That's one way to give up an op frag. Also, second automatic. What a position for Fur. Catches Stewie, and that's an AWP on the ground.
trying to put a forward smoke there so we can collect it safely at the same time.
Oh!
Wow, how does Rush get that frag? He had no right to do so. Fur had created all the distraction required for him to be vulnerable, but still he manages it, and now it's down to Fallen. Now does Fallen have any kind of ability to survive here? I don't think so. That was bold. He went for the gamble. He realized that the site has to be empty for him to have a chance to win the round, so he's just going to try to plant immediately.
Rush was completely on the ladder. Very lucky man.
Welcome to CSGO. CSGO.
It's going to happen.
The RNG is either with you or it is not. And for SK, they'll need a lot more than RNG to help them win this round.
Which is a good spot to deny plants from. One will go on this eco.
Oh, I love that. That's a headshot. Great stuff. It just looks nice. It just looks nice.
Yeah.
So, and you know it's satisfying for Rush, I'm sure. I gotta say, this season in particular, I've really been itching to play like no other season for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm about to use my sensei when I get home.
Yeah.
It's always really fun when you get new mounts too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
New wave of motivation. This is the breakthrough mouse.
Yeah, that's always really nice when you get used to something new. Like I had that fairly recently as well when I started playing again to prepare for the Quake World Championship.
Did you make any money on it?
No, I lost the qualification match, which was like the guaranteed like 20k.
Oh.
Lost that match. The 20k match. That's what the one I lost, or 25k actually.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
Was it close?
It was close, but it was against a team that we beat like 9 out of 10 times in practice.
Oh
so
my god,
we were really
salty.
Yeah, they patched the game the night before the qualifiers and changed a lot of gameplay stuff, which was really
rigged.
Painful. Anyway, that happens in video games. Sometimes it makes you very depressed and sad. But you got to push on. You must push on.
I'm glad we didn't lose you to Quake again.
Yeah, at my downtime, I'll definitely be playing something. This round's a bit different here from SK, but the problem for them is that the push from Cloud9 and the apps is really gonna allow Cloud9 to know exactly what's going on. In fact, the flank is already Dead was lining up a grenade, I think.
Yeah, poor guy.
So yeah, that does not bode well. In they go, but now they go in with the understanding that what they're doing is completely known. That's like the worst thing, because until that point, they're like, we can win this round.
Yeah.
But as soon as that guy kills one of your mates in the back, you're like,
well,
we
we've got to
do
execute.
this.
Yeah.
But we're gonna die.
Yeah, we're going to die. Yeah, it sucks when you realize that everybody understands where you are. Just wonder how many opponents do I have on the A site right now waiting for me to peek.
This is a very different result to Cobblestone.
Yes, yeah. It was, yeah, Cobblestone was pretty close, like all the way through almost, but we're gonna see a ghoul overwhelming with swag.
Yeah, the swag levels have risen in the studio. You'll see soon, my viewer friends. But first, we must witness the pistol round and the following rounds, of course. Bomb down. What a passive round from Cloud9. Stewie's going to find a nice, cheeky little frag there. Taco getting a bit too curious, and Stewie will not allow curiosity. Stewie will end Cold Zero as well. Very nice for Cloud9. Maybe they're just doing sort of like the Iron Man. They're going for the Iron Man. Send one man out is Stewie. Stewie has to try to ace. If he dies, they'll send out another guy.
And then he aces.
How many bullets has he even used? He has not reloaded yet, so he's only used 4 bullets.
I think the worst thing for them is they realize that Stewie might be oh my god.
He could totally ace them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, stolen.
Wow.
Automatic. Why would you do that?
Jeez.
What?
Asian envy.
Yeah. That's that. First on 2 kills. Whoa. Whoa.
He's only good at on land.
So someone asked me on Twitter, I don't know if they're watching still at this point, this was actually a couple hours ago, and I forgot. They asked me about they wanted to spark a debate between USPs versus Glocks, like is it worth picking up a USP if you have a Glock now? And I haven't played with the new pistols yet, so I don't even...
I mean, I don't even... On T-pistol rounds, I buy a Deagle.
Do you really?
I think the Glock is fine, but I get no joy out of killing someone with a Glock, so...
Interesting. I used to do that as well, like get the Deagle. But the Glock is so accurate. Like the Glock to me feels very accurate at mid ranges, so I really like just tapping with the Glock.
Yeah, I think now it's less accurate at distance, but you're meant to spam it, and the first bullet is really accurate, something like that.
Oh, okay,
I might
that's
have
perfect.
that all messed up, but it's basically made so that it's to reward people for closing the distance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of good things, Cloud9 onto a very good thing. A 14-2 certainly looks rather nice for them. And Taco and Cold0 are really all that's there to stop them.
Oh, cool flash.
Oh, Tarek, why did you ruin that?
Get glocked. Hey. Oh, he's using his sidearm too. I don't even know why he had that out.
Well, after Tarek ruins the push for the likes of SK, the plant will be had, and match point will be had for Cloud9. Obviously, so what is your prognosis here? Obviously, they're playing with Dead. The T side did not look like an SK T side. They were literally trying to run the same round 10 times in a row. Looks very one-dimensional. Cloud9 very comfortable. You know, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I think they just do like a group tweet after saying this is, it's impossible to play with a player who doesn't understand basic CS.
This guy sucks.
It's obviously a joke because he's pretty damn good.
He is pretty damn good. All things considered.
All things considered.
It's like it's a similar situation with Threat, for example, when he had to play at MOG Columbus Major. And it's like he thought it was so ridiculous because he hadn't not really played properly for like 2 years or more.
Yeah.
Like he played with Acer like for a few months, but that was basically it. And so he put no time into playing the game. He was putting all time into prepping his team. So then he had to play, and he's like, how do I play this game?
Yeah.
What do I do? But he still did very well too. Obviously he was ex-pro, so that helps.
Yeah, that might help with like the mentality part, like the nervousness and stuff, which is a huge point, or a huge part of the LAN environment.
Yeah. They are getting smashed, man. It's a good round. SK have not turned up here today for map 2 at the very least. It's all Cloud9. Cloud9ers. And this does have to, it makes you wonder, what are the prospects like for Luminosity